Okay, so let me wipe my thing off. Alright. Hey y'all. So I was in the middle of doing my hair and I was like, I can sit here and record this video as I'm talking. Now mind you, this is like my 5th time recording this video because I recorded it the first time, right? And then it went to process it for YouTube, and then I got a whole bunch of like feedback talking about, oh, my video was inappropriate. So from the title, y'all know what story time this is, the one y'all been waiting on. But yeah, it was supposed to be out a long time ago, but dealing with YouTube and all they little restrictions and stuff. So yes, we gonna get started because I got like maybe 45 minutes before I gotta go. Child. So that's my wig. Child. Okay. So here y'all go. I was in high school. I was a senior in high school. And I talked to this boy who did not go to my school, right? So we talking or whatever, and my senior year in high school, I was the band dance, captain or whatever. So we dancing or whatever, and then as I said, he go to a whole different school. So my football team played their school. So, we was like, you about to come to my school, blah, blah, blah. Like, nobody really knew what was up. So they come to our school, play the game or whatever, and then boom, everybody finds out. Oh, you talk to him, blah, blah, blah. Child. First of all, pose the story. Why is it that when bitches find out that, excuse my language, when females find out that you talking to somebody, all of a sudden everybody and their mother got a whole story about the one little boy? Like, the one little boy is a nobody for real. So how am I... Okay. So how am I, like, hearing all these chit-chatting stories about this one boy all of a sudden? But that's neither here nor there. So, back to the story. Days go by, and it's like the second to last game. Yeah, I think it was like the second to last game. And I went to his school for the football game. And, okay, me, FYI, when I date somebody that's like, on a football team, basketball team, baseball team, I don't give, whatever, on a team, I'm like the #1 supporter besides like your parents or whatever. Like, I'm literally like the #1 supporter. Like, I had on the jersey, girlfriend on the back, our picture on the back. Honey, you would have thought he was getting drafted the way I just went all out and about. So, I'm going all out and about for my man or whatever. And, it was cool. Like, I was that girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? So, football season is over. And here is when shit got... Let me stop cursing because that is why the video had the issues before. Okay. So this is when stuff got crazy. So football season is over, and because they were seniors, they went on like an end of the year trip or whatever. So, I don't know if I mentioned Okay, that doesn't even matter at this point. But, okay. So, they going on this little football trip. So, it's like 3 days before the actual football trip. And I'm over his house. And, you know, we talking. He excited. He packing for the trip. You know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you know, have fun. Yada, yada, yada. Tell me when you get there, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Like, I wasn't about to sit here and press the fact that, you know, oh, make sure you call me every morning and blah, blah, blah. No. Go have fun. Whatever. So, day of the trip, they go on the trip. Child. So, they go, they tripping it up or whatever. And I get a phone call at, I believe it was late at night. I was a night person, but it was like late at night. And I get a phone call and they like, hey, your man out here and he's drunk and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not sure what he's doing over there at the bar. He's making fun of this man, all this other stuff. So I'm like, what the fuck? First of all, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm not there. Like, what the hell? So I'm like, okay, like, what do you want me to do? Like, ain't it a chaperone on this trip? Like, what the fuck? So, they like, yeah, I need you to calm him down and tell him that, you know, we need to go, he need to go, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you really think, okay, cool. So they put him on the phone, and, you know, I'm like, it's not that serious. You know, your friends, they worried about you, they ready to go, blah, blah, blah. Cut the shit, basically. So he like, nah, this faggot tried to play with me, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, put your friend back on the phone. So we're going to call his friend Jonathan. Hopefully I remember Jonathan, because I really don't be remembering these fake names. But we just going to name him Jonathan. Let's just remember Jonathan, okay? Okay. So Jonathan comes back on the phone, and at this point, I am now woken up out of my sleep, and I'm like, okay, Jonathan, like, what's going on? He's saying some gay nigga try to play with him. Like, are y'all all not together? Like, what's really going on? So he like, nah, he went to go mess with him first after he got drunk. And I'm like, y'all let him? They was like, you know how big your boyfriend is? We ain't about to sit here and be controlling him, looking after him. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Again, it is a whole chaperone on this trip. So, hung up. Next day, he calls me back, and he's like, you know, they told me what happened last night. I'm sorry that they called you and woke you up out of your sleep. It wasn't even that serious. It was that serious when I got woken up out of my sleep. Like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay, but like, you know, what was up with all that last night? Like, they said you went to go mess with this gay nigga. Like, and he like, come on, you already know how I feel about gay people and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, whatever. But at the end of the day, though, why are you just walking around messing with faggots? Like, what the fuck? Like, you ain't got nothing else better to do on a vacation? So, he like, nah, I wasn't even like that. I ain't even go mess with him. He was just looking at me the whole time, and I was confused. So I went over there to tell him that I wasn't interested in him, and then he got mad. Child, give me a whole little spiel about a soap opera story. Child, it was sounding good in that moment because, you know, I was away. And I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, just leave people alone. Like, you don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't live there. Y'all just visiting. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't really know what's what. So he like, oh, okay, yeah, I got you. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I didn't hear from him for like 2 days. They was down there for a week. And a whole week. So he had a whole week to be gay. But you know what? Let me stop being shady because that's oh my god. Okay, so didn't hear from him for them 2 days. So it was the day they were coming back. And day before they was coming back, my bad. So day before it's time for him to come back, I get a text message like, you know, hey, we come back tomorrow. I would like to see you, blah, blah, blah. Been gone for a week. Cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I'm like, yeah, you know, I want to see you too, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, not even aware of the gay shit that he was doing on vacation. So, he comes back. I go over there that next day that he comes back. I'm over there, and his phone is like going off, like, bzz, 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 bzz. And I'm just looking like who the fuck? Who the fucking motherfucker? So I'm like, okay, well, who the hell is buzzing your phone? Because your mother upstairs, I'm right here. Your football brothers should be tired of you by now. Like, what? So he like, and every time it will buzz, he would try to hurry up and like press the little side button. So he's not in the room, and his phone buzzes again. And I'm like, you know, babe, your phone buzzing. He told my son, oh, no, it's cool, you know, just leave it. Just leave it. Child, please. That's like telling the baby no. So I let it go the first time. It buzzed again. So I pick it up, and I'm like, hello. Y'all, literally, like 100% literally, soon as I said hello, the person on the phone at the time that I thought was a female, it said, hey, what's up? I was just calling to see if you made it home. I'm sorry, what? You was what? To see what? So I'm like, yeah, my boyfriend made it home. Who's this? Hung up. So now I'm like, okay. My brain is working. It's a little calculation. We got some little mishaps happening. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to say nothing just yet. I'm going to let it, you know, slide past for a sec. So he come back in the room, and he like, yeah, so who was that was calling my phone? Because he had just told me to press the side button, but his phone was leaning up. So he knew I looked. So I was like, oh, I'm not sure. Like, I didn't ask the person's name, so I wasn't sure as to, like, who the actual person was. So I was like, I'm not sure. I said, but they called back. And I answered, and it sounded like I said a female, one. I said, and two, she calling to ask and to see if you made it home safely. Who is this? And it ain't your sister. So who is it? Child. He like, what you mean it's not my sister? She got a whole new number and blah, blah, blah. So at the time, I was like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm not about to sit here and argue with you, whatever, whatever, whatever. So I let it go. Child, that phone buzzing up again. And I'm like, Okay, first of all, this ain't your sister. Like, ain't no way you about to, no, no, no. So, he was like, you don't believe me, you don't believe me, you want to answer it? I already did. Like, what? So, I answered it again, but this time, I put it on speakerphone, and when I answered it, I didn't say anything at first to see what they was gonna say, right, y'all? Child, that thing said, hello, hello, boo, boo, boo. Are we playing a game? Like, what is the what? So now I'm looking at him like, at this point, I'm not about to say nothing. You need to talk now because it's not giving. So he like, hello, who is this? And the person on the other side of the phone was honest. It was like, what you mean, who is this? This is, okay, we're going to call him Leslie. That's probably bad because he's Leslie. We're going to call him Leslie. So Leslie goes, what you mean, who is this? It's Leslie. And who was that answered your phone earlier talking about getting my boyfriend? Leslie? Who were you? So he like, oh, that was my girl. Your girl? You told me when you was down here on vacation that you ain't had no girl. Pump the brakes. Boop, boop, boop. Because now you just giving out your number on vacation to random people? What? What? Okay. So, he like, oh, you ain't even had to say all that. You ain't even had to say all that. But yeah, that's my girl. I just told you I ain't had no girl so that you could leave me alone and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, boy, that don't even add up. Like, what the fuck? That don't even add up. But, all right, whatever. So, then he goes, and I'm like, he hang up on him. And I'm like, nah, why you hang up? Like, it was just getting real. Like, I want to know what's what. I said, because you out here on vacation and you giving your number out instead to random girls. So I thought. And he was like, it's not even like that. I remember when I told you that faggot was all up in my face. I'm like, yeah. He was like, yeah, so I gave him my number just to go away. Do I look like me? Do I look like I was born yesterday? Day before yesterday? Day before that of a yesterday? No. Shorty. What do you mean? So I'm like, what? You gave I don't want to keep using faggot. A gay nigga your number? Like, to get him away from you? How dumb does that sound? How did you even come up with that in your head that sounded logical? Like, what? So, child, he stood on that story and stuck on that story, honey. I said, okay. I said, so this what you meant by getting him off of you? Him calling you all the time? So I'm like, nah, call him back. So he like, nah. So I'm like, I call him back. So I opened his phone and called him back. And I was like, hey, hello, how are you? I need the tea on what's going on between y'all two because this is my boyfriend. But apparently he told me that you was trying to hit on him at the club and he gave you his number for you to leave him alone and yet you're still bothering him. Child, reverse this whole story because it was all a lie. He said, no, sweetheart. Let me tell you, child, when he was telling me the story, that voice went from female to male. Honey, I said, oh, well, shake me, honey. Okay. He was like, no, let me tell you what happened. They was drunk, and he kept looking at me, came over there, he was dancing with me, feeling on me, gave me his number. I met up with him at the hotel after the whole little club incident. And I'm like, okay. He was like, yeah, I was with him for 2 days after that. Mind you, calculate, I didn't talk to him for 2 days while he was on vacation. Which is why. So at this point, I'm like, nah, my nigga, bro. Like, nah, no, like, no, like, my nigga, no, he's not gay. Like, no, what the fuck? No. Man, I ain't believe it. I did not believe it. Child, Leslie sent pictures, videos, snaps. I said, honey, I can't argue with receipts, so I can't argue with receipts. So, mind you, this nigga on this side of me not saying nothing, completely just like dead silence, like as in like he couldn't believe he just got caught type thing, like dead silence. So I'm looking at him as he talking, and I'm like, any of this true? Like, I mean, I already got the receipts, but I just want to hear from your mouth. What's up? So he like, yeah, it's true. I just didn't know how to tell anybody that I was gay, and you know, I don't know. I just was drunk on vacation, and I knew he was gay, so I was just trying to see, you know, what's up with the what's up. He said I was just trying to test it out, just to even make sure that I was gay. I didn't want to do it with nobody around, so I just waited until I got on vacation. So you want me to believe that you waited until you got on vacation to explore your sexuality, honey? What? So he was like, nah, don't nobody know on the football team that I'm gay. Do you know what that would do to me on the football team? Boy, ask me, do I give a two rats asses what that's going to do to you on the football team? Because you know how embarrassing that is? Like, for real. Do you know how embarrassing that is for me to have been in a relationship with a whole faggot this whole time? Like, what? Do you know how embarrassing? Like, come on now. Really? No. So I was like, oh, your boys don't know. Your boys don't know, huh? He was like, no. I said, oh, and I'll be wrong to tell him. And he was like, nah, you ain't even got to say that. Like, we don't even got to break up. At this point, you gay and delusional. Child, please. He was like, it's not even that serious. We don't even got to break up, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, people, they going to be asking what happened. And then, you know, we just going to have to tell them. First of all, you need to tell somebody, period, because I ain't about to be the only one holding this daggone secret. I don't even like you no more. Like, what? He was like, nah, come on, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be like my best friend. And, okay, so why'd you lie to me from the get-go? Like, he said, I was really just trying to cover up. He was like, I really did like you. Like, I like girls. He said, I think I'm bisexual. Well, you won't figure it out with me. You won't explore it with me. You won't do none of that shit with me because I'm not with that shit. Like, what? Are you serious? So, child, somehow, it wasn't me. I swear to God, it wasn't me. But somehow, the school found out that this nigga was gay. So, of course, you know, his, what's up? Hello.
What you doing?
I'm recording a video.
Not interrupt your processing?
Huh?
Let me not interrupt your processing.
My hair is sticking out. Who said you can come over my house?
I can do whatever I want.
Huh?
I can do whatever I want.
Oh, who said you can come over my house?
I did. I parked in the driveway and everything.
So you getting disrespectful every time you come over here is what you saying.
This is my house. It's my house.
You don't live here. You park in a garage.
Yeah, this one.
Shit.
I park right if I want to.
Boy, I will tow your car. I will call the tow truck company myself.
You gonna pay them?
No. I'm going to call and tell them that you don't belong here.
They don't take you serious.
I bet you they will.
They're like, man, can you stop playing on our phone? How old are you, 12?
I'm be like, it don't matter. I'm trying to park in my driveway and I can't because this little nigga is in my driveway.
They say, excuse me, ma'am. Can you stop calling us, please?
I'm be like, can I have the headquarters number because now y'all think it's a game.
Can you stop playing on our phone, please, ma'am?
Why is this sticking up? I'm about to just cut this because that's really bothering me, but okay. But yeah, so by now his football brothers know, you know, everybody around the school know. And once again, everybody around the school also knows that I was dating a whole faggot the whole time. So, you know, once again, I really didn't get no, you know, backlash from it because once again, I did not know and nobody knew. So, you know, they just was whatever. But boy, when I tell you, I literally, like, seen him in the streets recently, and I was like, wow, like, as of right now, this man is Kinsey 6 gay. Like, yeah. Like, yeah. Yeah, like, full-blown, like, straight out the bag. Yeah. And, you know, I'm not even, you know, judging him based on his sexuality because he's a really, really nice person and he's a cool person. And, you know, I get it. Being in high school, you don't want to get teased about stuff like that because kids were cruel. But I also feel like that you shouldn't drag anybody else in that type of serious situation. And I just feel like, you know, I was dragged in that type of situation. And if he would have just told me what it was from the beginning, then none of this would have been happening. And I wouldn't be having to make a story time about you, sir. And, you know, enjoy your life because it's your life. But, you know, I just still haven't gotten an apology to this day. But, you know, it's cool. I ain't even about to, you know, stress over it. But, you know, I could at least gotten an apology because, you know, some people, that's just not, that's not cool. And that's not anything to play with. But, you know, to each his own. I ain't about to sit here and hang it over your head, sir. But all I'm saying is that, you know what I'm saying, you can apologize to me and leave it at that. Like, I ain't saying you gotta, like, write me a letter or nothing like that. Heck no, I ain't gonna read that. But you can at least acknowledge what you did and it was wrong. And then you can just go on about your business after that because I don't care. But, you know, just for the sake of it all, you can just apologize to me because I was very rude and disrespectful and on a whole bunch of levels. But alright, y'all, that's enough of this story time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope nobody else is going through that or has to experience that because it's not good and it's not a good feeling. And, you know, it's just like, damn, like, everybody that you date after that, you just be like, are you on the down low? Like, what the fuck? Like, turn right now. Please. Because I hate to bring you around my brother and you try to hit on my brother. Like, what the fuck? But, see y'all in my next video. Make sure you share, like, comment, and subscribe. What else I was about to say? I forgot. But follow me on all my social medias. It'll be listed down below or across the screen. One of them, Jalynamira, Jalynamira. That is on Instagram and Twitter. See ya, baby.